Right now on this special early edition of Apple Valley News Now, a basement fire sends two Pasco residents to the hospital, while one of them ran back into that home. Plus, a deadly crash involving a school bus shuts down a Yakima County intersection this morning, what investigators say led up to the vehicle being found on its side. Plus, what is ballot harvesting? The Yakima County Auditor shares about making sure your voice counts. And let's go outside. A live picture from our Skycam network. This is in Kennewick. Meteorologist Hayden Nix is in for Stacy Lee. When will we see rain chances this week? Find out as the news at 4:30 begins now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
And this is actually Apple Valley News Now special edition at 4:30. Thank you for joining us. I am Austin Reed. Wendy will join us after tonight's NFL action. First at 4:30, a Pasco family is recovering this afternoon after a house fire in the city sent them running for safety. We were there along with firefighters who say flames broke out just before 9 this morning in the basement of a house near North 19th Avenue, right by West Richardson Street. Crews arrived to find heavy clutter inside and fire spreading to rooms above. The two residents were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation, and firefighters say one of them went back inside to rescue their dog. The animal was also treated for smoke exposure at a local vet. Crews were able to put out the flames before the home was totally destroyed. The cause of the fire under investigation. In the meantime, over the weekend, firefighters in Grant County spent hours battling this massive commercial fire near Warden. Crews say a 200,000 square foot storage building filled with onions and potatoes went up in flames on Road U Southeast and 1st Street North. The fire is under control, but the building is unstable, so crews are staying outside using aerial trucks to help fight it and just make sure it doesn't reignite. No one was hurt, but losses could total up to $10 million.
This was one of many of the storage buildings that was in Warden, so it was a large one, 200,000 square feet. The other ones are about a third of that size, and there's some that are the same size. But it will have an impact on where produce is going to be stored in the community. Hopefully that building is rebuilt just as quickly as they can.
Investigators will look into the cause and origin of the blaze. If you know anything, though, do give them a call. It is Fire Prevention Week, and this year the message goes beyond testing smoke alarms. As the Red Cross and local firefighters remind families to prepare, they're also asking the community to help those recovering after a fire. Firefighters respond to home fires every single week, emergencies that turn deadly in minutes. This year's Fire Prevention Week will focus on lithium-ion battery safety and where you charge them. The Red Cross says you have less than 2 minutes to escape a fire, making exit routes and working smoke alarms essential for survival.
Everybody thinks it won't happen to me. It's, my neighbor. But when you talk to people, everybody knows somebody that has had a fire. A grandmother, an aunt, an uncle, a sister, a brother, a cousin. And so the thought we should be thinking is, when this happens to me, how am I going to be safe?
The Red Cross is there to support fire survivors after they lose their homes. Fire officials say smoke alarms cut your risk of dying in a home fire by half, but only if they are working. 7 people die in home fires nationally every single day. Turning now to First Alert weather, we have meteorologist Hayden Nix joining us in for our Stacy Lee. He has the latest on how long we may see dry conditions. Hayden?
We started out with a beautiful beginning of the work week here with temperatures topping out right where they should be for this time of the year as we continue to navigate through the fall season. As we go into the overnight hours, temperatures are going to be falling quite quickly, and we'll head into the lower 40s and upper 30s for the majority of the locations in the lower elevations. Some of the higher elevations likely going to be seeing some mid to upper 30s, but we will have some wind to deal with where we'll have that at least keep those temperatures elevated just a little bit more slightly out there. So something to keep in mind overnight tonight. Not really going to be helping any kind of the wildfire cases, but you notice that we'll keep the breezes anywhere from around 15 miles per hour or less for most locations. The Cascades, of course, at 15 to 20. For your day tomorrow, Tuesday is showing off with another gorgeous day out there with temperatures in the 70s. We'll have some lower 60s to upper 50s in the higher elevations, of course. But as we look beyond Tuesday, look what happens as we begin to transition toward the latter half of the week and the weekend. Rain chances are going up. We'll talk more about this in a little bit.
Hayden, we'll see in just a bit. A deadly crash in Yakima County this morning involving a school bus left one person dead. The Yakima County Sheriff's Office says they got the call just before 8 this morning to the intersection of Hara Road and McDonald Road. When deputies arrived, they found a school bus on its side. 3 students and the bus driver were all taken to the hospital as a precaution, and the district did notify all parents online. Investigators say the driver of a passenger car, a 71-year-old man from the Toppenish-Hara area, failed to stop at a stop sign and hit the bus. He died at the scene.
The deputies are trying to find the next of kin to make notification to let them know that their loved one is deceased. And after that's been made, we'll send out that information. And for parents, I wouldn't be scared to send your kids on a bus. How many times has your children been on the bus? Dozens and dozens of times, and nothing happens. So don't be scared of the world.
Tonight, the Sheriff's Office says the Traffic Division will investigate and more details will be released in the coming days. Well, the cost of carry-out bags is about to go up in Washington state starting on January 1st, 2026. The increase is part of a law passed in 2020 and will change the current plastic bag fee from 8 cents to 12 cents, while paper bags will remain at 8 cents. The original law required a thickness increase to 4 millimeters for plastic bags to take effect on the same day, but that has now been delayed for 2 years. The Washington State Department of Ecology says retailers and restaurants who distribute plastic bags that are 4 millimeters or thicker must charge an additional 4 cents for a total of 16 cents, a penalty that will go into effect on January 1 and runs through December 31st of 2027. New today, the legislative building in Olympia broken into and vandalized, resulting in damage to multiple facilities and historical artifacts. Take a look at this. According to reports, the incident took place Sunday night when Washington State Patrol received a call shortly before 10:30 p.m. Troopers discovered Representative Liz Berry's office had a broken window and a large hammer left on her desk. Inside the building, several flags were knocked over, with some set on fire. The original rug inside the state reception room was also set on fire, something that Lieutenant Governor Denny Heck described as a priceless treasure. WSP arrested one man identified as Gunmar Schubert as he exited the building. He was booked into the Thurston County Jail on charges of arson, burglary, and malicious mischief. Hey, for those looking to get their U.S. citizenship, you might want to register for the test before October 20th, as the test is seeing some changes afterwards. The test will be changing from 100 to 128 civics. These new questions will affect testers by making them have to prepare more vigorously and have a bit more of the English comprehension, because officers will be asking in more detail the N400 context. As to what led to this new citizenship test, Monica Romero, a citizenship program manager, says these changes aren't something that was just brought up.
I believe it was around 2008. It was a proposal that was set back then, and the new administration just decided to implement it now. So it wasn't for a particular reason. I believe it was just something that was already in set, and they just decided to set it back in place.
Now, Romero suggests that for anyone applying on the 20th to make sure they do it online and not to send their paper version on the 20th. This is to make sure your application is received before the 21st to avoid having to do the new test. Today, President Trump is continuing his efforts to deploy the National Guard into American cities, including Portland, Oregon. Local and state leaders in several of those cities are blasting the administration's efforts as an overreach. ABC's Christiane Cordero has these details from D.C.
Today, the Trump administration vows sending troops to American cities will continue, despite a ruling over the weekend that the National Guard cannot be deployed to Portland, Oregon. The Trump-appointed judge in that case said the president's descriptions of protests there were, quote, simply untethered to the facts.
With all due respect to that judge, I think her opinion is untethered in reality and in the law.
For weeks, President Trump has vowed to deploy National Guard troops to several cities over what the White House calls ongoing violent riots and lawlessness. Memphis is providing the administration with a clear path to carry out law enforcement duties, with Tennessee's Republican governor working with the administration. However, leaders in several other states, including Oregon and Illinois, are not complying.
The Trump administration must end the war on Chicago.
During protests in Chicago over the weekend, a 30-year-old woman was shot and injured by a Border Patrol agent who claimed self-defense after Homeland Security officials allege she was armed and used her car to ram a federal vehicle. Trump now plans to deploy the Texas National Guard to Chicago with the help of Texas Governor Greg Abbott. Officials in Illinois today filed a lawsuit trying to block that from happening.
Donald Trump is using our service members as political props and as pawns in his illegal effort to militarize our nation's cities.
That was ABC's Christiane Cordero reporting. Now, without cooperation from a state's governor, the administration is limited to using the National Guard to protect federal buildings and personnel. Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now, live at 4:30, with less than a month until Election Day. That's right, just a month away, we'll share critical information from the Yakima County Auditor. Speaking of Yakima, here's a live picture from the Sun Dome. Meteorologist Hayden Nix is back with your full First Alert weather forecast as we are kicking off a new week.
Watch out for people who call you when you've been injured in an accident. There are ambulance chasers and solicitors that the insurance industry knows about. These people get public records and they contact people and schedule appointments for them.
At Good Shepherd, we're your primary care providers from the time your baby is born to caring for loved ones in older age. We're with your family every step of the way. With specialty services like kidney and heart care, urology, orthopedics, and cancer treatment, we provide the care you deserve close to home. And when life takes an unexpected turn, our urgent care team is here for you 7 days a week because your health can't wait. Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
The annual Hometown Food Drive is here, and you have the power to make a difference. At your local Yolks Fresh Market, you can purchase a $10 donation bag that goes straight to our local food banks.
It's a simple way to show our neighbors we care.
These donations fill the shelves that ensure families in our community have meals that they can count on.
Every bag makes the difference for us.
At McCurley Dealerships, we're proud to be part of something bigger than ourselves, because when you give locally, everyone finds their way home.
Watch out for people who call you when you've been injured in an accident. There are ambulance chasers and solicitors that the insurance industry knows about. These people get public records and they contact people and schedule appointments for them.
WSUR Tuna Palouse Farmers Field. Fly the Northwest Tuesday at 6.
Welcome back to the news at 4:30. I'm Austin Reed. Wendy Redmond will join us after the NFL. Hey, we now have less than a month until this year's general election on November 4th. Once you receive your ballot, the Yakima County Auditor is sharing important information, though, about what not to do with it. Ballot harvesting. What is it? Well, according to Yakima County Auditor Charles Ross, it's when people drop off their ballots together in a group, and then one person or a group delivers them to an official drop box or the county office. But he says there's a little more to it.
The other common thing that's associated with ballot harvesting is when candidates and their campaigns go out and go door knocking, or they go through neighborhoods trying to contact voters, campaigning for themselves usually, and then in that process oftentimes ask, if you haven't completed your ballot, will you do that, and then we'll deliver it to the drop box or to the county auditor's office.
Ross also says trust and have a strong sense of confidence that the person returning that ballot will do so unaltered to either an official drop box or this office. He is discouraging voters from giving their ballot to anyone that they do not know. Hey, an event in Kennewick this week aiming to help veterans and military families get career ready. WorkSource Columbia Basin is hosting a career prep session this Wednesday, October 8th, designed specifically for veterans, National Guard members, and military spouses. Participants will get hands-on help with resumes, practice interview skills with veteran-friendly employers, and learn how to translate their military experience into language that stands out to civilian hiring managers.
Military terminology is, in most cases, doesn't always translate well to the civilian employers or the hiring manager. So we help the veterans rewrite their resume, and that's making it clear, relevant, and aligned with the job qualifications listed.
Okay, the event runs from 2 to 4 p.m. at WorkSource Columbia Basin on North Kellogg Street in Kennewick. Veterans and military spouses can contact WorkSource to reserve a spot for mock interviews.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Hayden Nix.
Well, after having a gorgeous start to the work week on this Monday, let's just repeat the forecast for your Tuesday. Check out your planner. The reason why I want to show this now, you'll see why in just a moment. We have got a really kind of a chilly start to the day with those temperatures just a little after sunrise in the 30s and lower 40s by noontime, low 60s by 4 o'clock, low 70s. Take a picture of this. We'll repeat that again one more day, but then look what happens as we start to advance towards the latter half of the work week. So be advised, we will see a change coming our way where we've got rain chances increasing, peak of which will be as we head into the weekend, but we're going to trade off the nice near normal temperatures for an increase in rain chances and a cool down coming our way. And we'll look at those numbers in just a moment, but let's talk about the rain potential setting up here with what's going on with our weather pattern. So right now we've got a ridge of high pressure setting up across the Pacific Northwest. That's really only going to stay here for another day at best, and then we'll begin to see a transition with a frontal boundary coming in on Tuesday, but I want you to pay close attention to what's coming out of the Gulf of Alaska, barreling down the coastline here into the Pacific Northwest. That's going to be our next persistent pattern here, where we're going to see just a churning of moisture coming in offshore. You can kind of see those lines there generating in a counterclockwise fashion. There's our good old-fashioned low-pressure system coming in here. And it's going to continue to do this as we go into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Moisture is going to be lacking for the first couple of days. That's why rain chances are low Wednesday and Thursday. But as we move into that Friday and Saturday time frame, that cutoff low begins to move onshore. This is going to allow us to see those better rain chances going into the weekend and seeing more of that activity coming in. Hopefully, we'll see some help from this moisture transport to get a little more containment in those wildfires still ongoing in the area. And that will continue at least for the remainder of the weekend. Back to the top of the forecast, though, for tonight, those temperatures are going to be cooling into the 30s and 40s out there. And be advised, we will still see some breeziness, so that's not helping right now with containment. But hopefully, we'll see with these breezes staying around 15 miles per hour or less, not too much of an issue. Tuesday's high temperatures, I know it just jumped past it, will be right back where we were today in the lower 70s, near normal for this time of the year. Your wind conditions will stay around the same overnight into Tuesday itself, as we don't really see a lot of support for an increase in wind speeds, but be advised, we are going to see more of that coming our way as we go into the latter half of the work week and into the weekend. Notice those breezy conditions coming in for the Tri-Cities. We'll have those readings in the 70s through Friday, but look what happens with your highs on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Mid to lower 60s out there with rain chances around 30 to 40%. Yakima, 70s through Friday as well. It could be touching base with the upper 50s for high temperature next Monday. Rain chances start Thursday, peaking around Saturday, 30% on Sunday. Ellensburg, beautiful weather tomorrow. Some haziness, yes, with the local wildfires there. 67 Wednesday, 70 Thursday, 61 Saturday, mid to upper 50s Sunday and Monday. Rain chances anywhere from 30 to 40% Thursday through Sunday. Hermiston, small rain chance Thursday. We're going to keep it on the low side Saturday and Sunday as well. Temperatures also coinciding with the same trend. 70s to start, 60s to finish on the 7-day forecast, with Walla Walla at 60% chance of rain on Saturday.
Fall is here. All right, Hayden, thank you. Still ahead here at 4:30, we'll tell you why the West Richland Police Department says stories like these make the job worth it for them.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Locally owned and operated, Fable has quickly become one of the Tri-Cities' favorite dining destinations for lunch, brunch, and dinner. Now offering breakfast 7 days a week starting at 7 a.m. Farm to table, savory to sweet, and everything in between. Fable Craft Bar, your all-day dining destination starting with breakfast at 7 a.m. 7 days a week. On the river, north end of Columbia Center Boulevard.
This week is the perfect time to upgrade your home at Walker's Furniture.
We're doubling the savings on beautiful new sofa and love seat combinations, stylish new bedroom sets, and the best selection of top name brand mattress sets.
It's all on sale this week, and you can multiply your savings with a sales tax discount or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no money down and no minimum purchase required.
Get it today and pay over time.
This week at Walker's Furniture.
The new iPhone 17 Pro is finally here. And at US Cellular, it's easier than ever to get it on us with no trade-in.
Wow, the new iPhone 17 Pro is thrilling.
It even has the ultimate Pro camera system.
Oh, that's even more thrilling.
You don't have to trade in your old phone, so there's nothing stopping you from getting the new iPhone.
Nice. I kind of wish someone would stop me, though, so I can get the new iPhone.
Thanks for riding.
No, thank you.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Are you ready to revolutionize your career in digital advertising? Join Morgan Murphy's dynamic team at Apple Valley News Now, where innovation meets opportunity. At Apple Valley News Now, we're leading the charge in connected television and digital sales, helping local businesses thrive in today's growing and evolving market. If you're passionate about digital solutions and driving revenue growth, we want to hear from you. Check us out now at morganmurphymedia.com/current-openings to begin your journey.
Apple Valley News Now's Young Hearts, sponsored by Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, supporting Bikes for Tykes, giving away bikes and helmets to area kids. Click Bikes for Tykes at applevalleyNewsNow.com to see how you can help.
talk about a cool spotlight today. The West Richland Police Department says without people like him, they would have to make difficult decisions. A few years ago, this man lost his dog, but on Saturday, he drove from Bremerton to give a new best friend a chance. Today, the department says they truly appreciate his actions, taking in German Shepherd Betta. Have an idea for the spotlight? You can send it to us through any of our social media platforms or email news@applevalleynewsnow.com. Final word right after this.
Chiefs, Jags, Monday Night Football at 5 tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
Board-certified family medicine provider Dr. Jonathan Fox is now welcoming patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic. Dr. Fox provides care you can count on, including wellness exams for adults and children, women's health, mental health services, and chronic disease management. To schedule your appointment with Dr. Fox, call 509-786-1576 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah. Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, now part of T-Mobile.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Lung disease is very difficult to live with in many ways, and our goal here is to truly live the mission of Good Shepherd, which is patients first, always. Our pulmonology and sleep medicine team is here for you. We're here to provide you world-class care. Please contact us and come to see us. It will be our privilege to serve you.
Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Meet an artist whose canvas is a farmer's field in the Palouse.
We want it to look natural. We want it to look like it's supposed to be there and not just a fake.
Fly the Northwest over Cougar art.
Carving on the ground, the ancient people have done it forever.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Coming up Tuesday morning on Good Morning Northwest, we'll talk about more beautiful weather in store for Tuesday and Wednesday, but changes are looming for Thursday and beyond. I'll tell you what that entails tomorrow morning at 5.
Well, let's get one last look at your 7-day forecasts across the region here. Just note we are going to continue that fall trend for a few more days. Temperatures right where they should be in the 70s, but notice we start to transition to some cooler weather. Highs in the 60s for the Tri-Cities. Rain chances also going up as we see a persistent low coming in. Onshore, it's going to take a couple of days here and really won't move in until Saturday, but you can see our best rain chances will be heading into the weekend with those temperatures cooling down to the low 60s and upper 50s by Monday.
Hayden in for Stacy. Thank you. Your Reason to Smile brought to you by Lifetime Dental Care. Shout out to Larry, my comfortable cat, Larry. He is my reason to smile from the Tri-Cities. All right, very good. Larry owner, thank you. Beautiful picture there. Thanks for joining us here at 4:30. NFL action next. Chiefs, Jaguars. We'll see you after that.